video is going to be on how to work the computer system. This is going to be Manager Plus. It looks just like that. You're going to double click it. It's going to open up. Previously to this, you were going to the office to get a customer's vehicle. It'll come with a tag that looks like this that will correspond with the number at the bottom of the parking ticket that's already going to be in the customer's car. As far as the keyboard goes, you're going to look at the last two numbers. So 03, you're going to look on the board and you're going to get all over there is number 3. Hang it up. It's okay if you have more than one key on the same hook. It doesn't matter. What they go off of is these last two numbers. And again, corresponds with the number that's on your ticket. As soon as the program pulls up, you're going to come right to the WIP, click it, and it'll bring up all the estimates and all the ROs. In order to use this, it's not too hard. Up at the top is all your information. You can search by customer, vehicle, or tech that's assigned to the vehicle. I usually like to search by customer, so you can right click. As soon as you right click, this box should show up. I just type in the last name of my customer and hit enter. It'll pull up all the customers with that last name. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on that repair order, and it pulls up what I've done so far. So the first thing I do usually to fill in a vehicle, I'm going to go get the VIN number. I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to fill in the license plate number, and double check to make sure that the customer got the make and the model and everything like that right. Sometimes they're off a year, and that can cause a lot of pain down the road when you order the wrong parts and now you have to wait for new parts. So just double check, make sure that it is a 2000, make sure it's an Intrepid 4-door sedan, what type of engine it has, all that good stuff goes right here. If you come back to the order tab, there's going to be odometer in and odometer out. So this is just the mileage on the vehicle. Type in how many miles it came in with, and when you're all finished up, how many miles you left it with when you parked it. So when you're ready to check out your parts, you go down to the bottom here, and here's all your dealerships. We're going to use Napa. You double click on that link and it's going to pull up. You always want to double check up here. If you can notice on the work order, it said that our vehicle was a 2000 and this program brought up a 99. So we want to change that. We want to make sure that we get the right parts. So we're going to go ahead and click on 2000, and then you have to type in all the rest of the information. So it's going to be Dodge Intrepid 2.7, and we should be good to go now. So in order to search parts, you just hit description. I'm going to type in pad, and we're going to hit search, and you can type in a bunch of stuff. You can type in rotor, you can type in pads and rotor, and just keep typing in all the things that you're looking for, and it'll show up down here in the search queue. When you're ready to search, just hit search, and we'll pull up all the parts that Napa carries for that vehicle that are designed for it. You just want to double check to make sure, look through, see which one you need to grab. On this right hand side, there's going to be on hand. These all say 0, so they don't have it on hand right now, but if you click find it, it's going to show you where the next one is. Right here it says that there's one in Idaho Falls, so there's a set in Idaho Falls, and usually they get here within about 1 or 2 hours. I always usually call in and ask them, hey, I ordered a pair of brake pads. I need to know when they're going to be here. They usually say, oh, we can get them here in a couple hours. In order to order parts, you're going to hit transfer. If these are the parts we want, we put in the quantity we want and then hit transfer. That transfer will bring down here to the bottom. It'll say numbers of items, and it says 1. So we're going to go ahead and transfer that again to our order, and right here at the bottom it shows you. If you double click on it, it says this is the brake pad, part number, quantity, and all that other good stuff. The next thing you want to do is click your vendor. So you go down to vendor, you want to select Napa just to make sure that the ladies in the office know where it's coming from. The next thing to do, you go down here and hit done. You're going to want to go over to parts ordering. You click parts ordering, and you come up here. Sometimes this will change, but you want to make sure this is clicked on Napa as well. And I always hit price check. When you hit price check for Napa's system, it'll show you if they have it in stock or not. Underneath the status bar, it'll say none, because they don't have it here in Rexburg, but they do have it in Idaho Falls because we checked it on the website. So when you're ready to go, you just hit order parts, and that will send an electronic request to Napa. and they'll get it up here as soon as possible. When parts come in, they're all going to be down here. So when any of your parts come in, they're going to be on this shelf or on this blue cart behind us, and that's where the parts guy puts the parts. Up here are all the clipboards. So if there's a ton of parts, which there usually is sitting on the shelf, you can come up, okay, say, hey, I ordered something from Napa, and it doesn't look like they ordered it or that come in yet. The last thing that came in from Napa was a CV axle, and you can check, oh, that was a few days ago. So make sure that it's on this list. If the part is here and it's not on the list, you need to fill in this information. As soon as you get the list, there should be an invoice that looks like this that's going to have all the information for the part on. Usually it's either taped on there or it's just sitting by it. You're going to grab that and come back to the computer and put in all your information. So when you get back to the computer, you're going to go ahead and open up the part that we ordered, and down at the bottom where it says ref and invoice number, we're going to put the reference number and invoice number. For the reference number, they're going to want the PO, and on Napa's orders, the PO is going to be, and then I always put a slash, and then the invoice number for Napa. The invoice number is going to be right here, right next to this barcode right here. And I always circle it. We circle the invoice number, we circle the PO number. You always write the RO number on it, and then you're going to write your name. And you should be good to go as far as handing it in. When you're finished with this, you can hand it into these little red boxes right here. And then the ladies will take care of it. As long as you do all those steps properly, the secretaries won't bother you. Usually if there's something wrong, they're going to come and let you know what you did wrong and help you fix it. Hey, Bryce. That's good. Alright, the next thing we're going to show you, say we got these pads installed, but we need some brake fluid, and that's going to be out of the shop's inventory. So we're going to come up here to the parts tab, we're going to hit parts, and it's going to ask us for a part number and a description. So we're going to come over, find the fluid that we're going to need, look it up in the computer, make sure that your vehicle takes the fluid that we have. If not, you can order some. So this is DOT3. The part number is going to be highlighted in yellow, so it's DOT3. So you're going to come back over to the computer, and you're going to type in DOT3 and hit tab. It's automatically going to bring it up. It'll fill in all the description. All you have to do is fill in the quantity, excuse me. So we're only going to have one. So we're going to hit save or done, and that's it as far as typing in part stuff. Alright, so when you're completely finished with the whole job, you're going to want to adjust the labor on this. You're going to double click on this top one here. It's going to come up with the work requested. The work requested is what the secretaries type in and what the customer is told that needs to be fixed. Right here where it says work perform, we're going to put in SSCC. The secretaries put that in just to remind us. What that stands for is symptom, system, component, and cause. So right here, in our symptom was going to be mechanical brake system, or excuse me, our symptom was the brakes weren't working. For the system, we're going to type something like the mechanical brake system. And then for component, we replaced the pads and maybe replaced rotors. And then for the cause, we're going to say there is excessive heat that damaged the rotors and pads. So that's just an example. I know this is about cooling, or this car has a different issue, but this is just an example of something. This stands for symptom, this one's system, the next one's component, and then the bottom one is cause. As soon as you're done here, you can type in however many hours it usually took you. Usually we don't charge more than about 3 or 4 hours. This labor charge usually just covers the shop supplies like brake cleaner and supplies to scrub the floor down and rags and things like that. So just charge the customer just enough so we can cover our end with supplies. As soon as you're done here, you can hit done, and it'll ask you to save changes and hit yes. As soon as that's there, you're all ready to go. You can go ahead and hit this print button down here. You hit that, make sure to have all your miles in, and it's going to pull up the print page. As soon as you hit print, it's going to come out with an invoice that looks like this. It's going to be on pink paper, make sure that all your information's in, and you're going to take that pink paper and your already filled out parking pass to your professor. He's going to sign both of them, the parking pass to make sure that your customer doesn't get a ticket, and your invoice so you can take this up to the front office with the keys after you've parked the car. And the secretaries will take it all from there, and you should be good to go.